Well, which Dave, that probably brings up a point I didn't think about, and that's there is a time to say no to a retrofit.
Oh yeah.
There is a time to look at this machine and be like, no, it's too far mechanically gone.
Mhm.
It has other safety issues. The one that when Vlad was talking about speed and the cams is mechanical presses. They're a lot of people frown upon them now, but you cannot outrun a mechanical press with your typical hydraulic unit. It takes a huge amount of horsepower to actually do it. And so people, and early on, I did some of them, and they were definitely scary. But they're like, all right, we want to add some linear actuators and automate this mechanical press, and you got a flywheel up there that you can tell is wobbling all over the place, and the anti-tie down's been bypassed. And they're like, yeah, this is a good sound press, and I'm sure it is. It make a great boat anchor. But there's a time to say, nah, I'm out on this one. I would say the two big points on that would be safety and also of course we always going to point back to mechanical, but mechanically worn. We had one, and again, maybe we weren't told the limits or the constraints of this machine to start with, but we had one that had to precisely cut to length these sheets of steel. They were going transformers, and what they didn't tell us was how much the squareness mattered. Now, this was an existing machine. They were having length accuracy issues. And even though we mounted the servo to the same pinch down roller, all of a sudden, the fact that this thing wouldn't cut square was our fault. And, we weren't getting paid until we figured out the squareness issue. Now, in the end, it was putting out a perfect length, just, it was skewed. And we had this 50-year-old machine with no proper guiding, and we're not, we're stuck because they're not going to pay. So in that case, we probably should have had probably a little better spec, but even today, I got to admit, I'm not great about getting everything laid out the way it should be. But there was never anything about squareness. There was never anything mentioned about squareness.
Yeah.
We could have ran some pieces on the machine and again, probably asked the operator, okay, now how do you check and make sure of this? Because it's really ingenious. You're cutting these sheets. Well, if you grab one sheet and you grab the second sheet and you lay them opposing and stack them, it'll show that they're out of square really fast. Yeah. And that's what he would do. And I'm like, man, I never thought to ask him that before we did this.